Hi everyone, this is D. Mary Sugna, lecturer in English, Satsya Reddy College for Women, Eluru. I am going to deal with the topic from English Praxis 1, a course in communication and soft skills, which is common for all UG programs. We have already discussed about the usage of present tense in the part 1 session. Now let us continue of learning more about past and future tense, its usage and importance. In English, there are four different forms of the verb referring to action in the past. So let us discuss the past tense in detail. First, the simple past or indefinite. Here, the formula or the rule is subject plus verb to plus object. Here, the examples are I wrote a letter. Next, she wrote a letter. Here, I is the subject, wrote is the verb, which is to. That means write, wrote, written. A is an article, letter is the object. In the same way, she is the subject, wrote verb to in condition, A is an article, letter is the object. Here, what's the use of the simple past tense? That means past tense, simple past tense is used to refer to an action or an activity or event that took place sometime in the past. That is, before the moment of speaking. Whatever the action that is started in the past and also ended in the past. దట్ మీన్స్ ఏ యాక్షన్ అయితే మనము ఏ యాక్టివిటీ అయితే మనం స్టార్ట్ చేసామో ఆ యాక్షన్ అనేది పాస్ట్లోనే జరిగిపోయింది అని ఇండికేట్ చేయడానికి మనం పాస్ట్ టెన్స్ని యూస్ చేస్తాము. దట్ మీన్స్ సింపుల్ పాస్ట్ టెన్స్ ఈజ్ యూస్డ్ to describe a completed activity that started in the past and also ended in the past. The key indications to identify the sentence is in simple past tense are yesterday, ago, few hours ago, few days ago, once upon a time, last year, last decade, last century, last morning, last evening, last night, last month, last week, last Monday, last June, long ago, etc. Generally, we use simple past tense to indicate a single action or an activity. Here, for example, when you look at this exercise, the first one is he played in the match yesterday. Second one is she drove to Mumbai last week. Here he is the subject, played is the verb which is verb to in condition in the match and yesterday. Here yesterday indicates the sentence is in the past tense. That means that is happened in the past. And she is the subject, drove is the verb to, main verb to Mumbai last week. Last week. Here the sentence is also constructed in the simple past tense. Here we need to remember a small thing, that is we need to add ed when the verb is in regular. That means for regular verbs we need to add ed to the stem. For example, here play, it is turned into played. That for example, ask, asked. And in the similar way, for irregular verbs, the sentences with irregular verbs changed into, that means the stem part changed into, here drive is changed into drove. Based on the verb condition, we need to be little bit careful while we are adding ed to the main verb. Next, coming to the past continuous or progressive tense. Here the formula or the rule is subject plus past continuous form of helping verbs was or were plus verb 1 and here ing form is added to the main verb plus object. Here the examples are I was writing a letter. Here I is the subject, was is the past continuous form of the supporting verb or helping verb or as an auxiliary verb, and here main verb which is ing form is added to the main verb. A is an article, letter is the object. In the same way, she was writing a letter. Here she is the subject, was is the auxiliary verb, writing verb 1 ing form is added to the V1. A is an article, letter is the object. Here the past progressive or continuous tense is used to show that an action was in progress at some time in the past but is not in progress at the present time. That means whatever the action that is started earlier which is ended in the past, అంటే ఏ పని అయితే మొదలు పెట్టడం జరిగిందో ఆ యొక్క పని జరుగుతూనే ఉంది, బట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ happened in the present but it is ended in the past. Here we use auxiliary verb was or were which is in the past tense. It is followed by a verb in the participle form, that means writing, which shows action is in progress. So these two together indicates was writing, was eating, was raining. These are indicating an action in progress in the past. Here is a small exercise for you. I was eating an apple when my friend telephoned. Here, I was eating an apple when my friend telephoned. Here, both the verbs. Here, two different actions that were in progress. Next, it was raining yesterday. Here, the duration of the time is highlighted. It was raining yesterday. The key indications of the past continuous or progressive tense are at 4 p.m. yesterday, at this time yesterday, at this time last year, at this time last month, at this time last week, at this time last night, while, when, etc. By using these key indications, we can frame the sentences in the past continuous or progressive tense, or even we can easily find out that whether the sentence is in the simple present, simple past, or the past continuous. The next tense is the past perfect tense. Here the rule comes subject plus past perfect tense of the auxiliary verb had plus V3 plus object. Here the examples are I had written a letter. She had written a letter. Here, I is the subject, had is the past perfect tense or auxiliary verb, written main verb which is V3 in condition, A is an article, letter is the object. In the similar way, she is the subject, had past perfect tense of the verb, written V3 in condition, A is an article, letter is the object. Here, what's the use of this past perfect tense means? It indicates or to refer an event tells us that it took place before another event. Generally, the past perfect tense describes a completed activity in the past. It is used to emphasize that an action was completed before another action took place. And usually we use this past perfect tense to indicate two different actions. For example, if we want to show a sequence of events in the past, or if we are talking about a number of events, all of which took place in the past, ante past lone jargayi, we may want to indicate which event took place earlier and which one later. అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఇన్ కేస్ టూ యాక్షన్స్ ఒక సెంటెన్స్ లో టూ యాక్టివిటీస్ ఉంటాయి, ఒక యాక్టివిటీ అంటే ఏది ముందు జరిగింది, ఏది తర్వాత జరిగింది అని ఇండికేట్ చేయడానికి ఈ యొక్క పాస్ట్ పర్ఫెక్ట్ టెన్స్ అనేది బాగా యూజ్ అవుతుంది. హియర్ వెన్ యూ లుక్ ఎట్ దిస్ ఎక్సర్సైజ్, I had spoken to my friend before I wrote to you. Here, two actions are indicated. One is I had spoken to my friend before I wrote to you. That means one is indicated in the past perfect tense and another activity is indicated in the simple past tense. And when you look at the another sentence, by the time we reached the station, the train had arrived. Here, by the time we reached, here the first sentence is in the simple past tense. The train had arrived. That means the second sentence is in the past perfect tense. That means one verb is indicating, that means that represents or referring the action in the simple past tense, and another verb represent the action in the past perfect tense. Whatever it is, here we can use two actions or two activities which are happened in the past, and the key indications of the past perfect tense are when, already, before, etc. Here these are the key indications of the past perfect tense. The next tense is the past perfect progressive or continuous tense. Here the rule comes subject plus had been, the past perfect progressive form of verb or an auxiliary verb. V1 main verb plus inform is added to the root form plus object. Here the examples are I had been writing a letter. Next, she had been writing a letter. Here, I is the subject, had been is the past perfect progressive of auxiliary verb. Main verb, here inform is added to the main verb. A is an article, letter is the object. In the same way, she is the subject, had been is the past perfect progressive form of the auxiliary verb. Here, main verb is writing. Next, A is an article, letter is the object. Here, what's the use of this past perfect progressive or continuous tense? The past perfect continuous or progressive tense is used to denote an action which began at some time in the past and continued up to some time in the past. That means which is started in at some time. ఒక టైంలో స్టార్ట్ అయ్యింది, బట్ ఇట్ స్టిల్ కంటిన్యూడ్ అప్ టు సమ్ టైమ్ ఇన్ ద పాస్ట్. అంటే ఆ యొక్క పాస్ట్ లోని ఇంకా యొక్క యాక్షన్ అనేది కొనసాగుతూ ఉంది అని చెప్పడానికి we use the past perfect progressive or continuous tense. Here the key indications are from 2002 to 2007, from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. yesterday, etc. So here, while we are writing or mentioning about the past perfect progressive or continuous tense, we can use these key indications to mention the past perfect progressive or continuous tense. Here is a small exercise that the country's economy had been improving steadily until last year's drought. Here, the use of the past perfect progressive indicates that the first action had been in progress for a period of time, continuing up to the time when the second action was performed. Here, two actions were indicated. The first action is in progress. In the second example, the coach could see that the swimmer had been practicing. Here, the second action, whatever the action that is started, is still been in continuing in condition. So based on this, the past perfect progressive or continuous tense rules, we can frame tenses. That means we can frame sentences and we can easily understand in which tense that sentence is constructed or framed. So based on these rules, the simple past or past continuous, past perfect and the past perfect progressive or continuous tense, and you can easily frame sentences and you can understand where to use a perfect verb in such in a to make meaningful sentences. Next, coming to the future tense. One way of marking future activity is by using will or shall together with the stem form of a verb. Here we can understand that the sentence is in future. That means here we based on will or shall we can identify or we may or we used to identify the sentences are in the future tense. So let us discuss the future tense. The simple future. Here the rule is subject plus shall or will or can or may plus V1 plus object. So it's very easy to frame sentences in simple future. For example, I will or I shall write a letter. Here will or shall. Shall is more commonly used with the first person pronouns I and we, while will is more commonly used with you. That means second person or he or she, third person singular. So based on this rule, I will or I shall write a letter. He will write a letter. The match will begin at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. I shall write to him next week. Here, all these sentences are framed in simple future tense. Here, the use of will or shall shows simply that an event or an action is going to happen in the future. So, no other meaning of anything is conveyed. Here the use of will or shall shows simply that an event or an action is expected to happen in the future. Here the exercise is the match will begin at 9:30 tomorrow morning and I shall write to him next week. These are all the two examples or the exercise that I have given to you, and here the key indications or to find out the sentence is framed or constructed in the simple future are tomorrow, next year, next week, next month, next morning, next evening, next decade, next century, in 2016, etc. Next, coming to the another tense, the future progressive or continuous tense. Here the rule is subject plus shall or will, can or may plus be form plus V1 plus ing form is added plus object. Here the examples are I shall be writing a letter. Here, I is the subject, shall be future progressive form of auxiliary verb. Writing V1 plus ing form is added to the root. A is an article, letter is the object. And she will be writing a letter. She is the subject, will be is the future progressive form of verb. Writing is the V1 plus ing form. A is an article, letter is the object. Here, when you look at the sentence, the key indications to find here the sentence is in the future progressive or continuous tense are at this time tomorrow, at 4 p.m. tomorrow, at this time next year, at this time next month, at this time next morning, at this time next evening, etc. Here is a small exercise for you. At 6 p.m. tomorrow, I'll be speaking to some students. The second one is Raji will be running the family business by the time her brother leaves college. Here, Future continuous tense indicates that something will occur in the future and continue for an expected length of time. అంటే ఫ్యూచర్లో ఇది ఇలా రేపు ఇలాగ జరగబోతుంది, ఇలా ఈ పర్టిక్యులర్ టైం నేను ఇలా చేస్తాను అని చెప్పడానికి ఫ్యూచర్ ప్రోగ్రెసివ్ ఆర్ కంటిన్యూస్ టెన్స్ అనేది యూజ్ చేస్తాం. అండ్ ఫ్యూచర్ కంటిన్యూస్ టెన్స్ ఈజ్ ఓన్లీ యూజ్డ్ విత్ యాక్షన్ వర్బ్స్ because it is possible to do them for a duration. Next, coming to the future perfect tense, here the rule comes: subject plus shall or will, can or may plus have plus v3 plus object. Here the examples are: I shall have written a letter. Here I is the subject, shall have is the future perfect tense of the verb. Written v3 plus a is an article, letter is the object. She is the subject, will have is the future perfect tense of the verb. Written v3, a is an article, letter is the object. The key indications are by 5, by next year, by tomorrow, by next Monday, by next December, by next week, by next month, by next morning, etc. Here the exercise is: the zoo will have closed by the time we get there. Next one is: all the offices will have opened by then. Here the use of will or shall together with the perfect form have plus participle tells us that a certain action will be complete by some time in the future. The future perfect tense is only for actions that will be complete before a specified point in the future. In other words, the action you are talking about must have a deadline. If you don't mention a deadline, use the simple future tense instead of future perfect tense. The next tense is the future perfect continuous or progressive tense. The rule is: subject plus shall or will or can or may plus have plus been plus v1 plus inform plus object. Here based on the rule, I shall have been writing a letter. I is the subject, shall have been future perfect continuous tense of the verb. Writing v1 plus inform, a is an article, letter is the object. She is the subject, will have been future perfect continuous forms of verb. v1 plus inform, a is an article, letter is the object. The key indications are from 2012 to 2016, from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. tomorrow. Here that this tense is used for an ongoing action that will be completed at some specified time in the future. And most probably the future perfect continuous tense or future progressive tense is typically used with two time expressions. One specifying a time in the future and one stating the length of the activity. For example, if you observe, if you look at these two examples, by 2008, Bala will have been running the school for 10 years. Here, the two time expressions, one is duration and another one is indicating the length of activity. And another example is: we shall have been writing an English examination from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. tomorrow. Here, these two examples are apt examples for the future perfect continuous or progressive tense. And here you need to remember that this tense isn't used as often as other tenses. For non-action verbs, you should not use the future perfect tense, and this is the future and the past and the future tense. Thank you.